So welcome yourself to your practice. Thanks for joining me as always. We're going to focus today on some shoulder strengthening and some shoulder mobility, just to kind of dissipate any tension that's happening as we're kind of ending this Aries solar cycle. We're really getting to dance with a lot of new energy and a lot of kind of getting out of our comfort zone. So sometimes that happens, these chronic areas of tension tend to cinch up because our places of wanting to control, so the neck, the shoulders. So we're gonna do our best to kind of loosen them up, but also strengthen them, connecting them to their core so that we can try to feel supported and centered without feeling like we need to control. So that's what our kind of theme will be today as we work through our practice. So gather in your awareness towards your body for the next couple breaths. And let's let the exhales come out through the mouth. Just imagine as you inhale, maybe your shoulders rise. Hey, Jen. And then exhaling, letting the shoulders drop. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time, inhale. Exhale. So I'm going to start some shoulder circles, and I'm going to keep my arms straight. If it's a better option for you to bend your elbows and touch the top of your shoulder, do that. And just go ahead and do some big rolls of the shoulders at the joints. So we're just moving that arm bone, keeping the torso somewhat still, and then we'll switch it and go the opposite way. And then we'll interlace the hands and press the palms forward, rounding the upper back. So get a good stretch if you want to turn a little bit there. And then inhale, draw those elbows back, the shoulder blades back, open through your collarbone. And then press away again, round upper back. And then pull the shoulders onto your back, lift your arms up, stretch. Take a deep breath and feel that pinky line roll back, the thumb line roll up, pull your frontal ribs in, and on the exhale, let it go. Let's do left arm under right for eagle arms, or you can just kind of hug yourself. Kind of see if you can feel the breath in your upper shoulders as you broaden your shoulder blades. So pull them apart, take a deep breath. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then just kind of fold in a bit, and again, rounding a little bit, just trying to get some space there in those shoulders. And then releasing the arms, stretch up. And then press your palms out, press out and away. And then we're going to go the right arm underneath the left. So it could be eagle arms, or again, doing that hug. And then again, focusing your breath into your upper back. So broaden the shoulder blade, try to feel your breath. Should be the opposite hands here. One more really big breath. And this exhale, fold in. And again, turning, rotating, just getting some stretching going on there. Releasing the arms, stretch up. Press your palms out and away as you release down. And then one more time, press your palms out, round your upper back. And then bring your palms up, stretch your shoulders on your back, your chest gets to stretch. Press your palms forward, we round the upper back, and then we pull the shoulders onto our back as we lift the arms up. Trying to keep that engagement with your core, so bring your sternum down a bit and then lengthen through your entire back body. And then out and away, last time, eagle arms or a hug, so you can check that out. Just a breath in. And a breath out to round and release. Releasing your arms, come up. Press out and away. And then it's the opposite arm on top. Breath in. Exhale to round. Releasing your bind, inhale, the arms come up. And exhale. So we're gonna come all the way up. You're gonna grab a strap if you have it, and if you don't have the strap, it's totally fine. I'm going to show you what to do without it. So the strap would be long if you would have it, And your arms are gonna go up and back. So we're just doing a little bit of mobility work here. So if you don't have a strap, you could grab a dish towel. Sometimes a jacket can work. If you don't have anything, as you do this, I just want you to go back to those shoulder circles. So we're just gonna be doing some lunges with them. So if I don't have my strap, I'm just doing big shoulder circles. No big deal. So I'm gonna take a deep breath and I'm gonna step back with my right leg and I'm gonna do a big circle. Then I'm gonna step forward with my right leg. The left leg's gonna step back and I make that big circle. And then step forward. So you're gonna keep doing those lunges, stepping back. Feeling the strength of your legs supporting this mobility. So a lot of the work we'll do will be mobilizing something and then strengthening our roots. So really feeling what it's like to ground into something stable amidst change, mobility. We'll do this a couple more times. And the next time you get your right leg back, feel free to stay somewhere. So maybe there's a sweet spot that you want to give an extra couple breaths to. Maybe you kind of turned it around, or you explored a little bit here. Another extra breath. And then step forward, and then switch your sides. New sweet spot, whatever that looks like. And it could be an area that if you went really slow, you realize that it feels a little tighter on one side than the other. Extra breath. And then let it go. And then you can just place your strap down on the floor. We'll inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. So I'm turning my palms to face the sky as I come up. Inhale. And then circle, sweep, arms press out and away as I bend the knees and exhale. Rounding your upper back to stay here and just shake the shoulders. So bending the knees, letting the heels really deeply descend and letting your shoulders just massage out with your breath. So heavy, heavy. And you might come to a pause, grabbing your elbow crooks with your thumbs and swinging side to side. Let those arms feel heavy so that you take any tension out of the low back and you just kind of let that drip down towards the floor. And then as you're ready, take a flat back, re-lengthen. And then you're gonna step back to all fours pose. So I'm gonna place my left forearm on the floor and my right palm is gonna be flat. And I'm gonna cat-cow here, and it's gonna feel strange because you have uneven arms. So roll with that and just see if you can breathe into some new spaces in your shoulders. Couple more rounds on this side. And then stay here and then press both palms up and then right palm down. Left palm is going to be flat. And again, it doesn't really matter where it is. My palm's at my elbow and then cat-cow here. Try to feel for something that's a little unique and different in this shape. Maybe let the neck follow the movement of the spine. And then a couple more rounds. And then both palms up. And then you're in all fours. Tuck your toes under in downward facing dog. And then here, let the head feel heavy. So see if you can lengthen both sides of the neck. You're welcome to bend the knees. That might provide a little relief for the lumbar spine. And as you broaden from your collarbones, feel your palms stretch away from those collarbones, sending your hips back. Feeling a heaviness through the heels. Trying to even out the weight of the inner heel and the outer heel, just by even just your awareness. Take another deep breath. And then we're going to step the right leg forward and wide. And you can come to your knee if you'd like. But we're going to take the arms forward and cat the back. So I'm going to feel a lot of core strength here as I do this. And I want you to take some deep breaths into those outer shoulders, upper back areas. Let your head drop. If you had blocks here and you wanted to place your hands on blocks, you certainly can. Shake your head out, relax your tongue, couple more breaths. And then as you're ready,
You're going to tuck that toe under, step and fold forward top of your mat. And once again, shake the shoulders if you want. And then you're going to bend the knees and circle sweep the arms up. And then this time, exhale, circle sweep the arms, come out, forward fold. Long spine, inhale. And then we're going to step that right leg back and we'll walk the left foot out. And it's that same lunge we just did. So I'm going to take my arms forward and cat my back. So I will pull the rib cage and the pelvis towards one another. Letting the head drop and really breathing and focusing my awareness in the upper back region. Trying to get some breath into that base of the neck area, even if you can't feel that, just sending your breath there. One more breath, and then both palms down, step into downward facing dog. Pausing here to breathe. And then dropping through your knees. We're going to keep hips over knees, and we're going to walk our hands out so that we can feel a stretch in the shoulder blade. So if I had a block, I could place it underneath my forehead if I wanted. I can even come up to fingertips just to lift a bit. So the tendency here would be the chest would hammock. So pull those front ribs in and reach out wide away from the back of your heart towards the side of your ribs. I am lifting up to the core a bit, so I'm trying to let my head relax. One more deep breath here, getting into the back body. And as you're ready, you can slowly walk your hands in one more time, downward facing dog. We're going to step that right leg forward, and then go ahead and seal your back leg flat for a warrior one. So take your time setting that up. We're going to take that left arm up. We're going to get a tricep stretch first. So bend the elbow, and the right arm comes to the elbow joint and kind of draw the arm bone back. So again, I can use my left hand to grab my neck a bit so I can have some support of my neck. If it feels right, I can internally rotate the right arm and perhaps I bring it up my back. Even if the hands don't touch, I could grab the neck with one and still get that internal rotation with the other. Take a few deep breaths. Sinking into that lunge. Then you're going to release the arms and come all the way up. And then float the hands back as you wash the arms back. So bringing the shoulders onto the back. Go ahead and lift that back heel up. And then we're going to take the heels together and the arms are going to reach up, chair pose. And then exhale, we're going to round towards the floor, but stay in our chair. So my hips go back, and again, I'm rounding. I can grab the elbow creases, shake my head out. Almost like I'm curling in a little ball. Take another deep breath in and out. Then I'm going to round my back as I come up. Staying with my right leg forward, my right arm will be on top. My left leg's going to scoop on top for eagle. So again, reaching through the shoulder blades, I'm widening them as I lift up and away from the heart. I'm using my left toe as a kickstand. You could also lift the leg. Some of you can wrap. Breathe into the back of your shoulders again. So we're really getting the back body to open here. One more deep breath. And then as you're ready, we're going to step that left leg back towards a warrior two. So I'm going to go heel to arch. Take the arms and reach up, and then bend that right knee and come on into warrior two. Take a moment to really feel the strength of your legs, find your core. Then we're going to come into side angle with a half bind. So left arm reaches up. I inner rotate that arm at the root, and then take the back of my hand to the small of the back. It can be somewhere up higher if I can't reach that hip crease or somewhere there. And now let your head fall. So as that shoulder reaches towards the tailbone a bit or towards your back foot, my head is releasing down and I can look down. I want to really release to the neck. So find your core support. So that's your belly, that's your feet and your legs. So connecting core to feet so that you can feel stabilized and strong. And then take 3 more breaths. Then that same bind we did, we're gonna reach up. Now it's the right bicep stretch. You could totally just grab your arm and reach back for a reverse warrior, or you could do that bind again. So again, I'm not actually binding, my hands don't touch. You got a strap, you could work that. Just getting kind of different movements through the shoulders. I can hold my neck with my right arm, reaching up and back, keep breathing. And then exhaling, the arms come all the way down to the floor. And I'm gonna step into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath and then come forward into plank pose. Here's that shoulder stability. Bring your right forearm to the mat and keep your left palm bent. So this is an uneven plank. It's gonna feel weird. Try to reach from your right armpit into your right elbow, out through your right palm. So that I'm kind of pressing down and forward. My left elbow wraps in, and I'm bringing my front body towards the back body. Take another couple breaths. And then place your knees down and then roll down and bring that left forearm forward. So I've got shoulder and elbow. As I bring those back, I lift my chest. So Sphinx pose. Active through those shoulders, lifting the chest. And then as I'm ready, I'm gonna lower down, press my palms back. Child's pose with a rounded back. So I'm gonna grab onto my fingers and let my forehead rest. Big breaths in and out. And then as you're ready, downward facing dog. I'm gonna switch my orientation so that you have a better view. And then as you're ready, we're gonna step that left leg forward for warrior one. So take your time setting it up. Then I'm gonna take the right arm up, and that right arm is gonna be in a bicep, kind of a tricep stretch. So the bicep reaches towards my ear. That left arm can support bringing the arm bone back without a back bend. So it's okay if it's slightly forward. With my right hand, I can grab my neck for a little bit of neck support, or I can inner rotate it and bring it along the back. So I'm just seeing what works for me, and I'm sinking into that front leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one more deep breath. And then the arms come up so I can rotate. And then I'm going to take the arms back, feeling that length across the chest. And then both legs step in. I'm still in a squat, but now I release the arms down and forward, similar to what we did in that lunge. So I'm ballooning the upper back, getting strong through my legs. Breathe in and out. And then roll it up nice and slow. And then the left leg will remain my base, and then the left arm over the right, eagle pose. And again, you could grab onto the upper back if that is a better choice for you. I'm using the toes as a kickstand, but of course you don't have to do that. You can lift the toes up and squeeze out your shins or wrap the foot. A few more deep breaths to really send your breath into the upper back while you're stabilizing through your core and reaching down into your feet. And then unravel when you're ready. Take a big on step back so you're in your warrior two legs. Find that shape of your alignment, so heel to the center of your foot, and then take the arms up. And then bend that front knee. Come on into your side angle. So first palm is facing forward, then I inner rotate to take the arm to the small of my back, wherever it needs to go. And then it's a neck release. And this is where I really want to breathe deeply, finding core support into my feet so that my neck can relax. So whatever I got to do to find my feet, find my core. So feel strength and supported through my roots, but then letting myself relax, kind of let go of anything I'm trying to control through my upper half of the body. Then stay strong in your legs. We're going to reach up and back. So it could be, again, a bind, grabbing onto your neck. Or you could just keep a half bind. Could be just one part of the tricep stretch. So see what works. But again, staying really deeply bent in your front leg, strongly rooted in your back leg. And then as you're ready, we're going to cartwheel those hands down to the floor. Plank. So again, I'm going to take the left forearm to the floor and bend my right palm. I'm in an uneven plank. Should be the opposite side for you. Very strange pose. Trying to lift the chest up a bit. Supporting through shoulder strength for 3, for 2. Then knees down, release it. Bring both arms forward, lift the chest. So I'm dragging back with my forearms to lift up with my heart. And as I'm ready, release down and then press back to that child's pose. If you have the traditional arm that you put on top, switch it around. You can even grab onto the inside edges of your ankles and let your arms hold on to something so that you can round through the shoulder blades. You got it. Big breath in and big breath out. We're going to switch it up. So come into downward facing dog. Again, I'm going to switch my orientation for you. Big breath in and out. Then you're going to take the right leg forward, come back to warrior 1 again. So set it up the way you like to. I like to have my legs a little further apart and come on up. For this one, I want you to take your arms, I'm going to face you for a moment, so that your shoulders and elbows are in one line. No wider, no narrower, kind of that natural distance. If I'm not sure, the elbows can come in or my thumbs can come in and kind of reach my armpits, and then I kind of know that's the distance. So pretending like I am pushing down into something without my elbows going down, I press down. I want to notice, see and notice where you feel that in your shoulder joint. So push down on an imaginary table. On an imaginary wall, push into that wall without your shoulders overly grounding. Just a little bit of push in. So I'm pushing down, I'm pushing in. Then pretend I had a block between my elbows and squeeze in a bit. You should feel a little bit of engagement around the whole shoulder joint. So stay here for 5. Feeling all that good strength in your shoulders. 4, 3, 2. Nice. Then take those arms back. Pop that back heel up and then come into a lunge and bind the hands with open heel of the hand. I'm going to put that bind in my right hip pocket so that my left arm kind of comes towards the low back and my right arm squeezes back. Then I'm going to do a neck release to the left. So the fist is in my back hip pocket. My shoulders go back and my head goes to the left. Little neck stretch, and I'm in a deep lunge. My left knee is bending and descending towards the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep breath. Then as you're ready, kind of unhook yourself, and we're going to allow the arms to bind as we step forward. So if this is not acceptable, this is where the strap could be helpful to come into the kind of your palm print. So I can just draw the shoulders back. If I don't have that, grabbing onto the waist can work to draw the shoulders on your back. And go ahead and sink back into that imaginary chair. And then this time the left leg goes over the right for figure 4. Take another couple deep breaths, sit back. And as you're ready, unhook, set the left leg back, warrior 2. Our arms are going to come up and like your palms are facing forward. Like you're doing a pull-up, pull those shoulders onto your back. Inhale, lift up. Like you're doing a pull-up, so really feel the tension as you draw down and back. 3 more, inhale. You have to come imagine it's harder than it is. Reach up. Reach up. One more time. Nice. From here, straighten the arms out, straighten the leg out. We're going to come towards triangle pose. So bump your hips back so that you move your pelvis back. And then as you lengthen your spine forward, you can kind of stop wherever your body tends to want to do that. And then allow your arm to draw back a bit with your shoulder. So you get a little bit of chest opening. You can also let your head go from here or look down. So it's triangle pose for sure. And I'm not necessarily back bending. I'm twisting a little bit deeper and opening through the chest. And I could use a block if I needed for that. Couple more breaths. And then as you're ready, you're gonna come up and back with a straight leg, hook your thumbs, reach up, reach back. I've got to really stamp that left leg into the floor so that I can lift up and out. Hopefully getting a nice little stretch in that right armpit area, side of the shoulder. One more breath. And then cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Plank pose. Okay, right forearm down. Left hand, I'm gonna walk it back towards my elbow and then walk my toes forward. So I can bend the knees if I need to. It's a very weird dolphin shape. Left elbow wraps in. And I'm vigorously reaching from the right armpit area towards the right elbow joint, towards the forearm. It's a very strange shape. If you'd like to lift the right leg, you can. It's just a different add-on. Breathe in and out. And then slowly lower that leg. And then you can walk it back out towards your plank, dropping the knees, bringing that left forearm forward. And then again, it's Sphinx pose. And if I'd like to straighten the arms, I could certainly do that, but I've got to really lift up out of the lumbar spine for that. And then as you're ready, I'm going to lower down, and I'm going to sit back, and then just kind of take my hands back and open through my chest. Or I could walk the thumbs back, kind of stretch those thighs, stretch your chest. Just a little variation. And then hips down, downward facing dog. And I'm going to switch profiles again. Breathe in and out. Shake your head out, bubble your lips, anything you need. Then the left leg steps forward for warrior one. It's that same shoulder stability work. So the arms are up. It's almost like you're doing dolphin pose here. So again, I'm imagining that I'm pressing down. My elbows won't move in space. I just feel a bearing down. A slight press forward as if I'm pressing onto a wall space, and a slight squeezing in. I should feel some heat being generated in my shoulder joint. And I'll let that heat feel like it's warming and maybe kind of melting away tightness and tension, so that it feels like it lifts and tightens up your neck area. Less work, right? Maybe like half of that. Keep on breathing. And then as you're ready, as you take the arms back, once again, pop that back heel up. And then again, I'm letting the hands come together so that the heels of my hands stay open and trying that out. Then the bind comes to my right hip pocket and my right forearm snuggles into my lumbar. The left elbow goes back and I drop through the right knee. And I'm gonna lean away with that neck release. So I'm leaning towards the right this time. If you've already done that side, you can lean towards the other side. I want you to really feel the strength of your legs here. So trusting your roots, trusting that heel, bearing down so you can feel your glutes, finding your core, trying to unburden yourself from finding your balance with your upper half. That's the shoulders and the neck, right? Not good places to root and ground ourselves. They need connection to your feet and your core. And then as you're ready, slowly coming up, taking that bind and stepping forward. If you need, again, to find your hand at your waist or find that strap, this is a great place for it. And just opening through the chest, so it's not necessarily a back bend, just stretching across the chest and then right leg over the left for a figure four variation. Breathe in and out. So back deeper through that left heel, and then swinging that right leg out. I'm going to come into warrior two legs, arms reach up, and then sinking in warrior two. Those fake pull-ups. So really drawing the shoulders onto your back and down. Inhale, reach up, exhale. Pulling the shoulders away from your ears. One more. Good, re-extend. Straighten your front leg. If you need to adjust your stance, please do. Move your pelvis away from your front thigh bone. And it should angle a bit towards the floor when you're ready. And then tip into triangle pose, nice and slow. We're gonna look down or let the head go, but I'm gonna open my right chest back a bit, bringing the shoulder onto the back body. Then I'm gonna do my best to tone my belly and feel that belly energy reach into my legs for strong support. So that my upper half, my neck, my jaw can be a little bit more easy. Breathing nice and strong. You can even let your neck kind of move a bit. Then as I come up, I'm gonna root through my legs, hook my thumbs, reach up first so I get light through the lumbar, and then it's all the way back. And that side stretch. And my bicep can cradle my head if it can serve in that way, giving me a nice little release here. One more breath. And then cartwheeling the hands down to the floor. Plank pose, left forearm down. Then I'm gonna walk those feet forward into that really uneven dolphin pose. And if I'd like to lift the left leg, that can be the leg to lift. Trying to move, again, the shoulders away from the base of the neck as much as I can with that strength. And then walking the feet out, coming back to that plank pose, then knees down, thighs down, Sphinx pose. Lifting up through the chest. Then as you're ready, coming up, tucking the toes, walking the hands back. And then you can sit back and just enjoy like a bind if you want, or the hands can reach back, lifting the hips to stretch the frontal hips. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time in, and then exhale, hips down. Come into downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. One more deep breath. Okay, we're going to send the knees down to the floor, and we're going to go regular dolphin pose. So the dolphin pose we just did was an uneven one. So now we're going to even it out and kind of bring back some familiarity. So I can do this with my thumbs at the base of my armpit to measure it out. Elbows down. I like to clasp or go palms together. You can also stay on your knees for this. So start, I'm going to release my head and that same grounding work we did, so I can feel the broadening action of the scapula, the head relaxing, and the pushing down and forward. That could be a great way to start. Otherwise, I can tuck my toes and then bring my feet forward. My head's off the floor, and I want to feel my shoulders releasing up towards the heavens, not towards the ground, so that my neck stays long. So if you need to keep your knees down, please do that. And we're going to take about 6 or 7 more deep breaths, trying to space out that neck. Give it some space. Feel strong and supported with your shoulders. Big breaths here. Finding your core. Yeah, good. And then bring your knees down and just sit up tall and roll your shoulders. Rolling back and forward a couple times, easing it up. Okay. We're going to come down to our forearms one last time. Check it out if you need to with a measuring here. And then we're going to come into a forearm plank, and you're going to have your knees down for that forearm plank. And we're going to hold here for about a minute to build some heat and some strength through the shoulders. So again, if you'd like to make a clasp, that's totally fine. So I'm showing your knees down because that can be plenty challenging. But if your knees are down, please wake up your feet. So tuck your toes under. I want you to feel from your core reaching through your legs, reaching through your feet, from your core lifting into your chest. Breathing. About 10 more breaths. So you should be feeling a lot of warmth going on in your shoulders. So I want you to really untangle that from being tightness in your neck or jaw. We're going to really try and get that heat so that we can rinse out through the shoulders afterwards. Let's take one more breath. Bring your knees down one at a time and then sit up. And that same thing of either rolling the shoulders, swinging the shoulders. Relax. Okay, friends. We're going to head on the back, and we're going to try to relax these shoulders and let them kind of free up a bit. So go ahead and have your feet down. So like you were making kind of a snow angel, thank goodness it's not cold, our palms will face up, and I want you just to let your arms reach up so that maybe your thumbs touch and then reach down. Try not to arch your back to get your thumbs to touch. So feel that dissension of the back of your heart. And it's okay if your arms have to come up or maybe they don't. Just sliding the arms up and back. It's okay if they don't touch. One more time. And then bring them back. Good, bring your arms up, interlace and press so that you pull the shoulder blades off the mat. Keep that, and then just wrap your hands behind you so that you can feel that same release of the shoulder blades, and now add a little lift of the upper back so that you feel that forward. So really cradle your head with your hands, so that although you're rounding and stretching through the shoulders, you're also feeling your core. You can even hover the toes, that you'll feel that core connection all the way to your feet. For 3, for 2. Now drop the feet, let the shoulder blades drop back. So back and press them down so your chest lifts, and then lift up. 4 more times. Shoulder blades down, your chest lifts. You can even kind of allow the pelvis to swing forward, flatten the low back, and then bring the shoulders away from the floor. It's a little funny movement. Just do the best you can. 2. 1 more. Yeah, good. You're going to lift up towards a bridge. So keeping the hips lifted, I'm going to let my arms reach one arm up and one arm towards my heel. And I'm just going to switch. One arm up, one arm down. And I'm really reaching those arms apart. Feel grounded through your feet. Feel the core supporting you along the length of your spine. One more time each side. And then go ahead and drop the hips down. Take your palms to face down. Bring your knees up and then drop your legs all the way to the floor. With palms down, press into the floor and try to allow your right waist to open. Really feeling, again, the shoulder blades drop down into the earth. Neck is long. And then using that palm press, bring your knees up. Flip your palms to face up and drop your legs to the right. Now span open the chest on this one. Breathing. Good, bring your legs up and then feet come down. You're gonna knock your knees together. You can interlace the thumb line again, or you can let your arms just come in and then reach your arms up and overhead. Trying to let the scapula drop down towards the floor. So as much as you can, let those front ribs sink. Good, and then let your palms press down to the floor, lift your hips up. So press down, lift your chest up, and then drop down. Go ahead and windshield wiper your legs side to side, and you can open your arms like a goalpost. So just mobilizing the hips side to side for a moment. And then dropping your hips to the left and letting your arms rotate towards the floor. So you're just gonna hover them, doesn't matter where they fall. And then drop them to the right, let your palms roll up. And then just do that a few more times, just nice and slow. Yeah, good. Okay. Go ahead and let your arms relax. Then if you want to do some shoulder shrugs, you can do those a couple more times. Just up and down. And get to a comfortable place where your shoulders feel relaxed, whether that's palms face up for you, palms face down. Then allow your legs to do what they'd like to do. They can knock in, they can knock out. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of guided work as you're breathing. So send your breath into your body, across your chest. And as you exhale, see if you can let that breath just release out any tension lingering still in the upper half of your body, your neck. If you'd like to let your head rest to one side, you could, dropping it to an ear or just turning it for a couple breaths. You can drop it to the other side if you want, or look the other way on your back. And then just let that go and relax your body for a few moments, just to take in the effects of your practice, whatever you feel physically, wherever your mind has left you, whatever's been stirred up emotionally, giving yourself the chance to just breathe and find presence with what is. Softening your jaw, your tongue. When you're ready to move again, make your way slowly, quietly up to a seat, respecting any needs of your body to move slower, to not come all the way up, to maybe roll to one side. Take your hands and cross them over so that you can hold onto the tops of your shoulders. And give yourself a couple breaths of healing touch to your shoulders, right? These shoulders tend to carry a lot of unnecessary responsibility, obligation. They can sometimes get disoriented from being connected to your core and feel that they have to take over being in control of your balance and your stability. So let's just breathe in some new breaths of reinvention of that strength to be one of support and one that is connected to the source of your support, being your core and your feet. So they can be mobile and free and strong in their own right, but connected to that more sustainable sense of strength being through your core. Releasing your arms, stretch them all the way out, big breath in. And exhale in towards your heart space. Thanks for practicing today, friends. I hope this practice helps you feel more grounded and settled into your body, so that this muscle memory can help you with whatever is going on in your own personal experience of life right now. Namaste.